yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Shut up. I'm rich. I'm richer than all this, you Hollywood trash.
A, you can never go too far. B, if I'm gonna get busted, it is not gonna be by a guy like that.
I'll be back.
Here's Johnny.
She's the food and entertainment director on her family farm. It's Carolyn Sheridan from the Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Time once again to see what we can do to help our family farmers.
I think if any show needs a disclaimer, it's going to be this one right here with Carolyn Sheridan, Ag Health and Safety Alliance.
I need to mention.
I just want to put this out here.
No,
I do not pick the topics for our program.
You do not.
Carolyn Sheridan put the BS in the BSN. She's got her degree, runs Ag Health and Safety Alliance, and basically I stay out of the way. If Al was going to do a show, every show would be pick up the speed farmers on when you're on the roads. You're slowing down. So we let Carolyn pick the topics, and she sends me the topics. We're going to talk about sharing PPE, and I'm against it. I'm against it 100%. Never use another man's PPE.
Here's the thing. First of all, Al doesn't like it. At least he says he doesn't like it when I don't send him the topics. But today is a perfect example of why I don't send him the topics. Yesterday, way ahead, way ahead of you've had too much time, because I said we're going to talk about reusable personal protective equipment. I sent him the whole illustration we're going to use. I sent him a link, and I don't know if did you not read it, or did you just have too much time on your hands? What's going on now? There's no PPP. There's
honestly,
don't bother.
You sent it. No, you sent it to my phone, right? A text, and it can't open it up on the text. Can't see anything. It's just too small. So about 5 minutes ago, before you came on, I forwarded it to my email so I could open it up on the computer and I could read it. So I didn't have time to. I didn't have time, really.
We need to. You didn't have to. I'll go with that. I'll but just don't try to ruin my topic before we even start.
There is no man going to share some PPE. I'm sorry. It is not.
There was not even the word share anywhere in that text to you. There was no
reusable PPE. What do you mean? I use it
for yourself. Reusable. First of all, we should also tell people that we're a mess. Al got up too early today. He'd been up since 3:30. I woke up at 4. I never get up at 4. And we're I don't know.
Just so people know, it's still dark at that time. You never know. You sleep through it. It's still dark at that time.
It's dark. And after about a half hour, you're like, well, I might as well get up and get some crap done. So that's what I did. But Al gets up early every day.
Do not operate heavy machinery when that tired. Don't get on a tractor.
No. Yeah, but I don't feel tired right now. It happens later, right now.
How big a creature of habit are you? I was talking about this. So I do this. I eat breakfast at the same time. I get up the same time every day, half hour later after shower and shit, then I eat breakfast, and I got up early, and then you brush your teeth early, then you eat early, and then it's like I'm starving Marvin now for my snack, but I know I can't snack until this time because that's when I have to snack. That's my snack time. I'm really Rain Man-esque when it comes to my life, and I didn't know it until this weird waking up early thing happened.
Yeah, and then you get all messed up in what you're supposed to be talking about. You're getting all the P's and the E's all messed up, too. You think that had been any...
Wow.
I know. We do.
You better not mess up one thing in this half hour. If you mess up, I will jump on it like nobody's business.
You jumped even before we. No, we were going to talk about reusable PPE because right now people are applying their chemicals. They are, and so people are making decisions.
We should tell people what PPE is. PPE is we call it PP, right? That's what we call it when you PP. PP. We're trying to make this stick in people's heads, and I think calling it PP will do it. So we're going to talk PP, which is personal protection equipment.
That's correct.
PP. And doing it on the farm, where should you PP? What?
I don't know if I can even do this. Well, first of all, we maybe should just say all the words because Al's getting...
That's why we make them acronyms. It makes people remember them. PP.
Okay. So right now, some people are using things like coveralls and reusable and single-use gloves, and they're throwing them away. Good job.
Coveralls? I wear coveralls. You mean bib overalls? They're just throwing them away?
You know, like they're chemical resistant coveralls. Some people are doing that. But
those are the ones for people that no, not everybody's a farmer. We're talking about the all white outfit that covers everything. It looks like somebody carrying the clubs for the golfers at the Masters. That
and
outfit,
if you're not a very big person and you put them on, you look like the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, they all look like Oompa Loompas. Yeah,
all puffy. We can't find any that fit the small people. But the majority of people are just wearing their clothes. And then, so now we're talking about, okay, how do you clean reusable PPE? And some of that means just making sure that you're washing your clothes right. So if you're going to wear your long sleeve shirt, which you should, not short sleeve, and long sleeve pants, because that's what the label says, then remove and wash them immediately after use. Don't be saying, "Oh, I'm gonna wear these pants and this shirt."
Well, wait. Maybe this doesn't make sense to me.
I know.
So when we're talking about PP, and we're talking about PP when it comes to clothing, personal protective equipment, and you're talking just your clothing, long sleeve shirts or pants. So you're out there doing your job, and you get little chemicals on it, right? You get in the thing,
right.
so your PP gets dirty, and you're saying, I throw it into the wash machine. Well, we're making an anagram or something out of it, so people will remember the PP. So you throw your PP clothes into the wash. Doesn't that take the nasty chemicals and put them on the inside? They were on the outside, but now they're on the inside because it was in all the water. Now my PP is dirty on both sides.
Yeah, Al's making some really excellent comments. I didn't want to call them points. I was going to say comments. That's a whole different thing here. You know that. Okay. So we start with remove them immediately after use. So if you get you're done at the end of your day, put them in a separate laundry basket. Some farmers actually have their washer and dryer. That's all it's for, is their own work clothes. They have
an absolute PP cleaner in another whole area. Okay.
They do. That's right. And wash them separately from your other clothes, the non-work clothes. And particularly, we think about the little kids that we have, because you are correct. Sometimes we have to do a couple washings, depending on how. Yep, there you go. Depending on how soiled they are, how much chemical did you?
How soiled the children are?
No.
Okay. The PP. I got you. Okay.
How much chemical or pesticide you got on your clothing? And we do encourage line drying. I'm not sure how many people line dry clothes anymore. I'm trying to get a new clothesline up in my backyard. That seems to be a struggle, but you should line dry them. But if you don't, go ahead, put them in the dryer.
So the head of the outdoor farm at your place, your husband, I presume, can grow massive amounts of corn and soybeans, but he can't hang a line up out on the.
Well, I want something different. You know how we are.
What do you mean different? It's a clothesline.
I know, no, but I want one that's anyway. We should probably start talking about my clothesline. I want.
How complicated is your clothesline? What the heck are you talking?
Anyway, okay, line dry them if at all possible.
So you're just going to ignore me when I bring stuff up now. You're just going to go on. Okay, I just want to know.
Just moving on.
Here's
Carolyn
with more PP stories.
We're going to have to take a break, and I haven't even got through my first line drying situation. Okay, if in fact your clothes are being washed in the same washer and dried in the same dryer as everybody else's, then you run a separate load. You just run an empty load. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do things like wash rugs or things like that, not people's clothing. So okay, so we're talking about the clothes. That's our pants and our shirts or socks, whatever it might be.
PP wear.
PPE, right. Okay, that's actually clothes. It's not the PPE. Now we're going to move on to things like reusable gloves. And I presume we're going to have to take a break.
We're going to have to do that afterwards, yes. We call it personal protective equipment, short for PP. And we're going to talk about that more right after this with Carolyn.
Two P's, PPE.
We'll pronounce that out. PPE. PP. It's how we pronounce it. It's an anagram. People will remember it.
I can't wait till all of my students start using this.
You should let me come to one class, and that'd be so much fun.
That's
back
right.
after this and more.
We'll be right back after this message.
It's all about pee-pee.
Dust from gravel roads and driveways does more than make your car dirty inside and out. It gets down into your lungs, and it's bad for your health. Now there's an environmentally friendly solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control all your summer dust problems with just one application. Protect your vehicle and your lungs. Learn more at dustlock.com.
You know that car sound that sounds like a cricket playing a banjo? Jay's can fix that. You know when you step on the brakes and your car sounds like a pair of tennis shoes in the dryer? Paul is a guy who specializes in that. And you know that sound that never happens when the mechanic's around? Paul took a whole course on that. If you own a car, you need to know Paul. Paul owns Jay's Auto Shop, 202 North Main Street, Blue Earth, 525-1052, 525-1052.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
We've got Carolyn Sheridan in here, the Ag Health and Safety Alliance, talking personal protective equipment, or as they say in the industry, PP. We're going to discuss a little bit, and this one bothered me quite a little bit, when you cleaning reusable PPs.
Yes.
That makes no sense. Will you describe this, and I'll tell you why it makes no sense.
I will. But first of all, we're trying a different tactic because we do have a brand new illustration. It just went up on our website, and we're going to help Al out. Now, I know some of you are just listening on the radio. You won't see what we're talking about, but it is available on our website, and I'll post it when we get done today. So the cleaning of the reusable, that means you've got gloves that people are using over and over again. We've got goggles that people are using, and sometimes people have some kind of boot, or foot covering. So most reusable personal protective equipment can be washed with dish soap and water. Very simple. You don't have to buy anything special.
Here's what the cute thing says.
Most
can be washed and allowed to dry completely away from the sunshine. I saw that.
Yes.
And then always wash your hands after cleaning your pee-pee. Now here's the problem.
Personal protective equipment.
Yeah, the pee-pee as we call it in the industry. Yeah. Here's the problem, what I don't understand. You're telling me to go out and do some job on the farm and I should put gloves on.
That's right.
Then I go into the wash tub and I wash the gloves and then have to wash my hands because the stuff that came off the gloves got on my hands. Could I get out of just go right with the hands and wash your hands after? Seems like we're throwing another mix in there.
We're washing the gloves first. That's what we're doing. We're washing.
Yeah, and then because that gets on your hands, you now have to wash your hands.
True.
Then why not just let it go on your hands? Wash your hands. It seems like we threw rubber gloves in for nothing.
Do you know what? Some
I don't
people
know.
absolutely do that. But if you have any scrapes or cuts, which a lot of farmers do on your hands,
Oh, yeah.
then the absorption into your hands, plus the pesticides get absorbed just right through your skin. So we're trying to prevent that by wearing personal protective equipment. Reusable gloves is one. There's other things like goggles, there's reusable respirators. Now, what we said at the beginning is some of the things should just be thrown away. Some things are meant to be disposable. It says disposable, that doesn't mean we use them all season long. So it's pretty simple. Wash your personal protective equipment, hang it up to dry, don't put it in the sunlight so it degrades or wears out. Your clothing, if you're just going to wear your clothing, wash it in the washer and dryer, hang it up to
Do
dry.
it separately. Yep.
Yep, that's right. If other people are using your washer and dryer, make sure you do an empty load. So it's fairly simple.
And if you're using one-time PP, you then dispose of that properly.
Dispose of it.
And that
That's right.
doesn't mean flush it down the toilet. The one times you got to dispose of it properly.
Dispose of it. If you're.
And on the farm, does that mean a burn pit? Is that basically
Yeah.
what the rest of us understand? Is just
Yeah, we burn stuff all the time. Absolutely.
now
we
you
do.
speak the truth.
Well, we do. That's right. We have some of us have a burn pile. Some of us have like a big tin thing or whatever. Yeah. So yes,
Right.
burning it is absolutely fine.
And then
one
the
of
last bit, it was something about your PP and heat illness, and I
That's
don't
right.
understand did you have an extra spot on the slide? Why is that? What does heat
Because
illness have to do?
Heat illness has a lot to do with personal protective
All right.
equipment. If people are wearing personal protective equipment and it's hot out, it's just a reminder that if you're wearing coveralls, if you're wearing goggles, if you're wearing a respirator and gloves, and it's very hot out, then we know that people can have heat-related illness. And Al, we've talked about that on this show too, several times. I'm sure every summer because
You just married it up with the PP, and I didn't catch how that all came together. But I get it. You got an extra layer on. You're going to sweat more. You're covered in rubber, gloves, that sort of thing. Oh, that makes some sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So when wearing layers of personal protective equipment, make sure you're aware of heat-related illness. So, guess what, Al? We got through several important points.
I think the fact that we discussed PP on the program is fantastic. I think people should understand it. Personal protective equipment, short for PP in the business. Now, when you
How do you
have
run
class,
those P's together like that? Yes. When I do what? Go ahead. Sounds like there's
when you go to a college class, and this
Yes.
for folks who know, Ag Health and Safety Alliance does this. You put on
we do.
classes for young men and women getting into the business. And as you stand in front of this class and you start talking about the PP, do the kids not laugh a little bit? I'm sorry. I do notice there's a bit of a joke built into that, and I just wonder if the kids can handle it at college.
Oh, absolutely. And so can the instructor, who is me, because I'm used to dealing with people like you, Al, and they definitely, they have a lot to say about personal protective equipment. They don't call it the PP. They certainly think about other types of personal protective equipment that they should be using as they.
Well, I would hope there's a sidebar on that, and you discuss that as well, just to help these young men and women in college.
That's right. Absolutely. So there's a lot of side comments about personal protective equipment.
I would think there would be, but that's one of the things you guys discuss in your college course.
We do. Which thing, Al? You've got me confused here.
The PP. You talk PP. I mean, is that how it shows up on the big screen? Tuesday we discuss PP.
We do. We talk about PPE, personal protective equipment,
That's
and
what I
we
said,
always
PPE.
spell it out. But that gets some good laughs too. I have to admit.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
We do. We want to remind people this one of our new illustrations, the one that we're just showing, it's up on our website. I'll throw it on Facebook because it's very simple. It was easy to read, right, Al?
It's very good. Yeah, people can figure that out big time. I don't think there's anything wrong there. So how does someone go about getting you if they're listening and they say, hey, our college has a class on ag, we have this, you travel the world, right? I mean, you're in Australia, you're in Canada, you do everywhere.
We're in the places. We're all the places. And Iowa, Minnesota, all the good places. Yeah, so we did aghealthandsafety.com.
Do they do the PP thing the same like in Australia? Because I hear the water drains the other way in the toilet.
I
think south of the border it does.
Does it? I'll have to watch.
It drains the other way.
I didn't know that. Yeah. They have about almost the same personal protective equipment. Some cartridges are labeled differently. Some things have different labels, but absolutely everywhere you go, PPE is important.
It's important no matter where you live. I think that's a good point.
push the contact us button and you can fill it out. Where do you want us to go to? How many kids are you interested in? How many programs do you want? How much time? So there's a pretty
I'm under the impression you give out a lot of good PP. You guys give out PP.
We do.
You
We
mask
give
and
a
the
lot of
works. Yeah.
PPE. We do. Respirators, gloves, goggles, safety glasses, and a cooler bag, a gear fry bag, which Al has as well. That's right.
I love my cooler bag. I
And
can't
don't-
grab it. It's down there. I got to go.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
But
we're
I'm
out of
not
time.
done.
Okay, we'll finish it up. Wrap this up.
No, I'm done. You have
Okay.
a good day.
You want to check this out? She's got it on aghealthandsafetyalliance.com. Cleaning, reusing your PP. More after this.